I think the best thing about the doctoral program at Texas A&M Commerce is not just the quality of courses and the broad spectrum of education that we get, but the feeling of family and the feeling that we're being taken care of and that our interests are being met and that each staff member knows who we are and what our interests are. I really enjoy teaching the undergraduate students there. The group I'm seeing come in are very motivated, and I think that their excitement about teaching is very contagious. They have a lot of questions about diverse learners, so we work on a lot of strategies in order to prepare them to deal with this. We let them understand that children are able to develop both languages at one time, that we don't have to give up one language in order to have the second language, that they can be developed together, and that when you do that, that your children are much stronger, they're cognitively more ready to learn, and that their behavior is better. So that's a real motivator. Well, when we journal, we always have a discussion in the morning about what we have our discussion and whatever we're learning, and for some reason their affection began with trees, Los Árboles. And so we discuss what we want to do, and as they create their own drawings, they label or write sentences about, and every child's a different language, and we have various word walls that they're allowed to use, and they pull those out. And because the Listo grant has provided us all with the Estrellitas curriculum, which is a phonic-based curriculum for Spanish, they can read their syllables, they can hear them, therefore they can write them. And luckily with Spanish, if they can write syllables, they can write words, and the phonophones allow them to use that. But every child in here, no matter what level they're at, loves to write and is very motivated to do so. And so writing is something we do a lot of. We write for all reasons, at the whim, just because it's time to write. They write during centers spontaneously. They write with magnetic letters. They write with chalk. They write with glitter. They write with Play-Doh. So we do have a very strong writing program. Last year I was at the Early Childhood Center, which was 4-year-olds. And I had a dual language class that had both, had 3 populations in it. We had all Spanish speakers, we had bilingual children, and we had non-Spanish speakers, fluent English speakers that came together. And we tested at the beginning of the year with Woodcock Munoz. The children were tested in both languages, Spanish and English, to give us a baseline, and then they were tested again at the end of the year. And I believe overall that the children in the class year, the classroom showed 4 years growth in both languages, not just one language, but they grew in both languages, even though the program structure was a 90-10 model where we spoke mostly in Spanish. These children showed amazing growth in vocabulary, in their ability to understand letters and sounds, their ability to communicate. It was truly an amazing year. Well, the professional development that we've been through several conferences that have helped me to understand the importance of children making their own decisions, children being able to converse in whichever language is comfortable for them, and that they're accepted, and that they need to feel that their home language is important. I've always believed they needed to keep their Spanish, but I understand now that they need to feel that their home language is as powerful as English, and that they need to develop a desire to keep both, and that they will be better people for being bilingual. Well, I teach ECE 366, which is Early Childhood Classroom Environments, and 313, which is Early Childhood Development, and this spring I'll be teaching 460, which I'm very excited about because that's curriculum design and implementation, so I'm really excited about that. And it really gives me an opportunity to share what I've learned in the doctorate program, what I've learned by the professional development in the Listo grant. I've been able to share so much with the undergrad students about what to expect as far as diverse learners in their classroom and being prepared to meet the needs of all students at all levels. So that I have really enjoyed the opportunity to do that. And recently we had 2 students from Commerce that needed to do some lab work here, and they were from Thailand and China. And the children were amazed when they realized that they too were bilingual, but in a different language. One of my children said to them, but it's okay, everybody speaks English too. And they traded stories and they traded words, and it was just a wonderful experience to see these children feeling so empowered about being bilingual. And the Listo grant, through the various scholars that we've met and places that we've been, have allowed us to see that rather than just training a child in 2 languages, it's valuing the whole child and their culture.